as they will be having Zerich here, looking to push his way forward with the JS9, but also on the opposing side, DOK's got a JS9 of his own. The thing is, you know, the DOK in a solo situation, that's when he might just prevail. Good pre-fire, and actually to find Zerich. Can we see the game start off with a 1v2 from DOK? Having to reload the UMP. FP is in a bit of a tricky spot. Good jump shot attempt, but it's just not going to connect, and that's it. Oh, that's, well, yeah. Not surprised. Ring Jiang. The thing is, they're actually really strong. I've got knocked by them a couple of times. I would like to not have to admit that, but they're actually quite stacked. If you're not careful, they might just obliterate the entire team. I've seen squad wipes in esports, actually. Not in this, like, caliber of tournaments, but I have seen it happen in, like, you know, maybe B tier, C tier events, where a team is just not very careful.
Is the mental game just starting to get to him a little bit? That's kind of what I was thinking, but maybe. Who knows, Max? Sometimes those guards do have gigantic biceps. Anyway, champions here getting some shots down range from the side of Aurora. Ooh, they want revenge. But it is a bit of a trade demo on the drive-by. Oh, boy.
But look again, it's champions versus Aurora. Why does it keep happening every game? This drama happening. I don't know what's happening. No, someone talked smack on an Instagram story or something. I don't know what's going on, but there's some real drama between these two teams. They keep chasing each other. I feel like champions every time they just get a knock on the member. And they're like, oh, that's Aurora. They pull commit and send it. It's just, yeah, they smell of blood in the water. As Oz rocks over to their own fight here, actually up north of the river.
But if you're given the choice, having the guaranteed, like, jump straight through, you'll always take that.
I mean, actually, I do want to do a quick highlight of the format. I really enjoyed this format. Actually, we're real quick going to focus on the fight happening inside of Neok's factory. It's going to be down to now just this one play of TGM picked off. That's going to be an easy elimination secured by Ked of Motion, the Polish team. But yeah, the format of this tournament is really fun because if you're a team that starts hot, you're getting rewarded early on by already qualifying for the finals. And if you're a team that needs a little bit more time to get your gameplay in full swing, that's then where you can really shine in the survival stage. So I think it's just a format that really favors so many different playstyles and how you approach a tournament in this event. So no, I think the format is really good to see so many different teams and how they execute their strategy kind of bloom fully in these tournaments until you reach the finals.
Yeah, it's dicey out there right now. So be careful. Yeah, it's on target. Force blowing away SSE. Oh, God. I thought that one was actually going to bounce back on a focus. Does actually tag him a little bit. All right. Calm down, guys. Goat team certainly got the blood pumping. Ooh, straight through the smoke. Pop that one. See you later, Luis.
In this tournament, as of right now. Again, rookie of the tournament. Definitely a title that he could be looking to claim for himself. But now he's got some of his squad, which usually you don't see often. Windy, when he pops off, he's got a few of his squad mates already eliminated. Sent to an early grave, but no, this time is not going to be the case. It's actually KZ now going to be able to get himself up to 3 elims, 4 feelings. So he's having an absolute banger performance so far this game on Rondo.
Considering how nice it's been for them. Obviously, right here, it's looking very rough around the edges. That head-to-head versus Mad that's resulting in a good majority of the squad going down to their last legs. Could be a brutal sign of life for them if they're not able to really convert too much onto this Rondo matchup. This is the POV here with Koa in the building, playing close on the ledge side. Ooh, tried to tuck in for the turn, but no. And no one else in position to bring them back into action as well. That is the complete collapse on it. So it's a 0-point game, this 2-2 split from Aurora as well. Is it going to be cleaner on this one? Already had the 4 elims in the back pocket, but how far do they go on the game? Spike gets punished there by 777. We do get the POV of Amix. Let's see how this fight goes down. Havlik with a spray. Good for one to open things up. Spike should be recoverable as well. They're going to try and play medic on that. Havlik can dedicate his time to it. Closing the gap, though. You're pushing up very close here. Utility in her hands. Close nade round the corner. Won't land where they wanted it to try and punish. And if they could actually bounce a nade out, mate, get a bit of a reverb onto that, you could absolutely blow away all of Amix here. They're in such a close quarters position. It's a bit of a choke point. So this is quite an intense fight. It could go south very quickly. They do opt to go straight in, and default unloads.
Oh, the MG3, beautiful weapon here to use, and CQC just spray and pray. And you know what? That's going to be enough, apparently, to get rid of the entirety of 777. What a fight. What an engage. And Amix looking so good on paper this match. Though, can we say the same about Aurora Gaming as they look to encroach on the terrain of Mad Esports? So far, decent opening, not losing a single member to close the gap. And Mad here, not going to be looking too healthy, right? Losing half of their squad down to a duo. The nades are inbound, doing some decent work, kind of also denying a few rooms away from Mad. You've got to be careful. These nades are doing so much work through those windows. Ziol also trying to get his own. Actually, that might get the knock onto Absolute. He's not healing up right now. He's going to start to heal up now. I think it might be a little bit too late. Ziol, beautiful nade right on the balcony. And now it's a solo 1v4 against Aurora. It's going to be tough. Depending on the weapon he has also. No third parties. No one's going to be looking to ruin this engagement for Aurora, so they can just fully commit. Send on to the solo. Don't do it one by one, though, of course. As Aurora, they do spot one, but Reefer's going to get shut on down. Bio able to find himself a double. It got a bit risky. But the man advantage will prevail, and Aurora will be back in this game looking healthy as a four-man team. Hopefully they can try and leave that spot entirely, but Afterlife are just trying to survive, putting smokes down, just like, please forget we exist. As Demo, not a terrible cover flare, actually. They're going to actually try and create cover away from teams that are currently in the zone, such as, for example, TT Project or Motion. Trying to keep their back clear. Their nose is clean, as that's going to be Demo. How does he get knocked here by Zixi through the smoke? What a spray with the AUG. But unfortunately, it's still just not going to be enough, it seems. That's going to be Afterlife completely demolished, crossed off the map, and out in 10th place.
Yeah, goodbye Afterlife. A squad with a lot of talent, but not enough right here, right now, in the thick of things when bullets are being thrown all around. Goat, though, will respond in kind, eliminating 27 plus. And Amex's reign of terror with the heavy weaponry does continue as the bullets are landing, but they're being fought back. You give as good as you get, and Aurora and TT work together to shut them down. So goodbye Amex once again. It's actually the nade play from Zerich that did a whole bunch of damage, and KZ are really throwing caution to the wind. They want to get stuck into this encounter versus champions. You're being ushered forward by the zone as a player down from either side. You're on your last legs here realistically. Nades hitting, a calamity's occurring. They are panicking into this battle.
Even one player of KZ tried to pick up his teammate on the front, on the bonnet of his car, just like, come with me, we can't stay here any longer. And they're going to swiftly exit this area, this zone. As a not a bad fight to lead, actually. It's just going to be a waste of time. The blue zone's going to be taking up the entirety of the area, and the tick damage is going to be significant in phase 5, especially as we transition into circle number 6. Good. Thing is, will TT Project let that one happen? Will Aurora let it happen? Apparently not. They want to take those shots out of range, and that's going to be some decent damage connecting. That's going to be one knock onto Ibiza, followed by Duchu. Only half the team will successfully make it to the zone. And even then, they just make it to the bottom of the mountain of TT Project. That hilltop is going to be very nadeable. But the main question I asked earlier, do they have the bullets and do they have the nades? Will TT Project have the resources to stand strong in that position and defend it successfully to claim a chicken dinner? I'm not too sure. We'll have to check out their inventory very soon, as Ked will be the next to fall. Motion getting absolutely wrecked upon that transition. Matek, though, the nade getting cooked up, gets some decent damage, but it's just not meant to be, and that's going to be game over. Motion out, not able to breach the top 5. That's some decent points headed the way of KZ Esports.
No, I'm not seeing much motion from them anymore, Max, as they get finished off. And this fight looks like it's edging closer and closer with Aurora. Eyes lighting up, looking for any opportunities to snatch away points in a circle like this and see if they can cook on it. KZ tucked in with a little bit of cover as well. That's Moxie's POV here, close towards Doc. Doc doing classic Doc things as he's sprinting around, looking for any chance to unload his magazine. Rufus gets the read in the back line with Goat team that have been peeking towards the rooftop. If you stick your head out, there's a chance this man might just peel it straight back. Got the 3x on the AUG. Ooh, a little bit exposed towards the rear side, but doesn't give a damn. Confident that he'll be okay.
Really good use of the cover flares, actually, from Aurora. Really just negating the off-angle of Goat team. And if they were to actually get rid of Goat team entirely, they can start to flex out even more. But the thing is, Ziol, I guess he's slightly over-peaked. He does get picked off. But because of the cover flares, it will be a resible entity. You might want to get away from, you might want to get away from that buggy. That starting to smoke is going to get a little bit too dangerous. And we did see swiftly in the elimination feed, Top get an opening knock onto KZ. Thing is, because they do lose Zyol for a little bit there, they have to slow down the push. They can't overcommit as they do not have everyone in a healthy condition. But the circle shifts once again. 3 teams still in zone. KZ Esports, TT Project, and Aurora. But still uncertain as to who will be the ones to stand strong and claim this chicken dinner here is still up in the air.
Yeah, it's no one's guaranteed game yet. Ooh, top though. Ooh. Wants to make it a whole lot easier for the squad as he will punish onto one. Zyol with a follow-up back over. That's Zerich taking hefty blows. So for TT, it's suddenly gone so much worse for wear. They were hoping they'd be able to coast into a better position. Of course, you know, like you said, they were set up very early into this one, but hadn't really been tested. As soon as the actual might comes their way, they cannot withstand it. So down to just a solo to try and snake through. Might that'll be the dream scenario. It's only really Ephes you've got left that's tucked in on the top side. Aurora now has space to make a move. Reefus on the peak towards the ridge. They spot the head there. I mean, they're going to just unload a couple bullets back. You got vehicles for the reposition, so they're okay to move on it. They're looking very antsy, though.
Oh, sprays. Yeah, I still feel like TT Project, I already mentioned and highlighted how they are a respectful team in this lobby, not overtaking any fights that's just not necessary to commit to. But here, I feel like they got way too passive and they just got fully surrounded and overwhelmed in this hilltop compound. KZ, though, going to be spotted in the smoke. The Molotov, oh, he can't even make it inside the building. Really good proactive molly from Aurora. As now they got the entire northern edge of this ridge. This is looking like an Aurora game unless a massive throw happens. They've got the angles, they've got the fighting capabilities to back up the play, and they do get himself their 15th elimination here. This is Aurora, Jackie, coming out of nowhere. We criticized them once, and they're like, we mean business. And here they could be looking for at least a 25 point on Rondo, and they're still looking to claim even more souls in this game.
Yeah, they want to show up and massively perform on this one, it seems then. Like you said, Max, it's that classic curse. As soon as you start to count them out, that's when they rise to supremacy. And right now, it's Zol that's hitting heavy again as he'll punish for another pickup play in this battleground. GOAT team and TT with limited firepower. As scrap that, TT, all they're going to be doing is dropping the TT emote as they're crying on this one. They lose their last man in Ephes, and it all goes down to the head-to-head of the duo of the GOAT squad. It's focus and force. They can be lethal at time, but can they work together to actually get anything out of this last bout versus the full firepower of Aurora? It doesn't look likely. Only force remains. Aurora should be bargaining for a chicken dinner that's almost guaranteed fully now.
Maybe going for the res on your teammate and running in the blue zone would have been the better option, but Aurora won't let that happen. It's going to be DOK on the front line with the S12K looking to get the final play of GOAT team, and it will finally be an Aurora chicken dinner in the knockout stage in absolute banging fashion on good old Rondo.
They get it done. Aurora arrives as the skyline changes with the Borealis lighting things up. Huge maneuvers there for the Mongolian side.